What is up, YouTube? What's going on, fellow fantasy people? And of course, what is up, the catch fam? Let's hop right into this one, man. We have got Steven in the house. What is going on, man?
Hey, another week with Carson Wentz down at quarterback. It just seems to be bouncing around. It's like every other week we lose him. So
Rolled, or yeah, I mean, both ankles, man, on the same
how do
play.
you how do you fucking do that? I don't
Aaron
understand.
Donald is how you do that, man.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
But we are here to do a week 3 reaction video. I guess, well, not a reaction, but a prediction video, right? We're going to
Mhm.
hop into one hot take, one prediction, whatever you want to call it, that we both have for, each coming game. So I am going to give you the Thursday night game to kick this segment off. Panthers at Texans, man. What's your hot take? What's your prediction? What's your fantasy prediction? What's your whatever you want to talk about, man? The floor is yours, Steven.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, so first off, we are making this video Thursday afternoon, so before the game kicks off. But with that said, I mean, I'm really loving the Panthers' chances to win this game here, but I think Davis Mills is going to be better than people are thinking. I think he's going to do a decent job at managing the squad. But Tyrod Taylor was huge to this offense. I mean,
This
no mobile presence at all in Davis Mills. This guy's like Alex Smith with a fucked up leg.
well that's interesting thing, right? Is it's two very different play styles from the quarterback
Yeah,
position, right? Tyrod Taylor a little bit more elusive, and you're right. This team's looked good, man. So me personally, Panthers front seven's gonna eat.
yeah,
We're
it
gonna tear
is.
this boy up, man. All right. So I got Colts at Titans. Another one with the little frisky situation there at the QB position for the Indianapolis Colts, like you mentioned. Your boy Wentz down for the count at the moment, and I got the strangest alert I think I've gotten all season to my phone today that the Colts might implement two quarterbacks and. So help me out here. Jacob Eason, and who's their other quarterback?
Brett Hundley.
I was trying
Yeah,
to pull it up, and I'm like,
yeah,
I'm just gonna ask Steven. So
Brent
the
Hundley.
the double threat, man, for the Colts.
Mhm.
So a part of me wants to say my takeaway for this game is going to be: will this Tennessee Titans secondary actually be vulnerable enough that these backup quarterbacks can do something in this game?
Mhm.
Uh, but I just don't know how likely it is, especially with obviously the head coach not showing confidence in either backup quarterback. So really, my takeaway is what are we going to see out of Jonathan Taylor in this game? Can he help this offense enough that they can stay in this game, or all are the Colts just screwed? Right? I
I actually, you know what, man, I kind of like the Colts in this game. I think if this is gonna make us stick to what we know, which is just pounding the football, so we get a chance to kind of hang in it. I mean, Tennessee's defense looks really fucking sketch, and there's something to be said for Carson Wentz always is trying to make too much happen. I think Jacob Eason's going to be more comfortable just, handing the ball off and making short, simple fucking passes, which Carson Wentz just can't do.
Titans, man. Think Derrick Henry might have
He's
another
the
big
beast.
week, man.
He's a beast. Oh yeah,
Remember when
put
I
him in your
told you
lineup.
guys Derrick Henry was my RB2?
Yeah,
Weeks like last week were why. So, all
yeah.
right, man, you got Falcons at the Giants.
Well, I mean, very clear. If you guys watch my trade video, Saquon Barkley, start of the week this week, right? Saquon's gonna ball out against this
Yeah.
this Falcons team. Falcons look like they just I don't know what the hell happened with them. They look bad at every side of the football. They can't do anything right, which is surprising because I like Arthur Smith a lot and Matt Ryan. But I think Saquon and Daniel Jones are gonna play well. I think Kenny
Danny
Galladay is also
J.
yeah, Danny Jones is coming out here, dude.
Yeah.
He looks good. I see him. He's on your team now,
It's my
dude.
backup QB.
You're all
I'm on the
excited,
Danny J. Everything I said in the offseason, scratch it. Don't watch our NFC East
dude. I
video.
know, right?
I'm on the Danny J train until it gets off the track.
It's
So
funny because I talk shit about Saquon Barkley and you talk shit about
yeah.
Daniel Jones, and then we both end up. I traded Tom Brady for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't know. I think this Giants Falcons game is gonna be good. I was trying to make predictions on, who I thought was going to win this game, and I'm leaning the Giants on this, but it's close. It's real close. Who do you got?
I got the Giants. Danny J's
Yeah.
giving the Giants their first victory this season. 2-0-2 teams, so someone comes out with victory. I got the Danny J train all day, brother. brother. Okay, I'm there.
I
I'm
know
I'm
you are.
done. I'm done with Tua time. I'm on the Danny J train. Okay. All
Dude,
right. Chargers.
what an awful train ride to be on. Either
Chargers
way.
at Chiefs, man. This is gonna be a fun one.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a big shootout here. I really hope this doesn't turn defensively, which I don't think it will. I think Chargers are looking better defensively at the moment.
They look
Uh,
good.
Chiefs and their secondary is looking pretty poor overall. But
Mhm.
this is my my hot take prediction, whatever you want to call it. What I want to see in this game, man. I want to see Justin Herbert put it up there against Patty Mahomes, right? I want to see him compete in this game because Justin Herbert hasn't played bad through the first 2 weeks, but we haven't seen that gunslinger all over the place, big play type of. He just hasn't had to do that through these first 2 games due to the game script, and I want to see Patty Mahomes lighting up the field, and I want to see Justin Herbert right at that same level. I want to see a lot of points, and I want to see Jay Herbert balling, man.
Yeah, you don't often get to see Patrick Mahomes coming off a loss in the regular season. So I think Mahomes is going to come back and just fucking wreak havoc on this Chargers team. But like you mentioned, man, the defense on the Chargers looks a lot better. But dude, when is Justin Herbert going to finally start playing to his draft capital value? Because
Yeah.
guy cannot end up putting up fantasy points. I keep putting him in my must starts, and it's like, when's he gonna do it? Right? This is probably the last week I can put him in my must starts if he doesn't show up. To be honest.
I hope it's this week, and I think he's got a good shot. So that's what I'm looking for, man. All right,
I
I will
got the
give you.
Chiefs in that game, though. I got the Chiefs in that game. Who do you
I
got?
did too. I'll take the Chiefs. Yeah, I'm with you,
Okay.
man. I'm with it. Yeah. All right, Bengals at the Steelers. What you got there, brother?
Well, Bengals and the Steelers. That's a
Yeah.
good matchup, but I got the Steelers, brother. I got the Steelers. And it's tough, right? Because Ben Roethlisberger, I guess he's got his shoulder or chest banged up right now.
Who the fuck knows?
Steelers defense also looks a little sketchy, but I think the big takeaway is here, dude. Like, dude, this Bengals team is just not good. I guess the Steelers aren't really that good either, but this is going to be a shit show game. I like Juju Smith-Schuster in this game, though. I talk about it a little bit in my wide receiver video, but I think Juju is a good physical receiver. He always is highlight focused whenever they play Cincinnati. Dude, since he fucking hates Juju too. They
That's true.
always, I can't wait for the hit
TikTok
in this
dancing
game.
on the logo
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, dude, and
Yeah.
then he got blown up on national television. So I'm excited for the game in general. It's always a kick-ass game whenever these guys match up.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, I'll take. I got a trade offer for Joe Burrow for Aaron Jones in my 20-man league. So I was thinking about putting Burrow out against the Steelers team and see what happened, but
Well, think about what
I
other
denied the trade.
trades did you take? You
We'll
get some
get
other
into
trade
that.
offers.
Different topic, different video. Okay. Bears at Browns. This is kind of an interesting game, man, right? And I'm going to be a little vanilla here, right? I'm looking to see how does Justin Fields play in this
Mhm.
first game, man. But outside of that, I'm looking to see can Baker step up, right? I mean, you get the victory in week 2, but Baker's got some. He's got some. Little. You got to improve, right?
Yeah.
I'm just this Browns team looks really good, right? And I hate to say it, but the part of this Browns team that I'm not as pleased with is Baker himself, right? And we both love our guy Baker, right? We're
He
both
hasn't been
feeling
able to do
dangerous.
it at the Texans
No,
and against Kansas
that's
City.
bad
Both
sign.
those that's really bad. I mean,
Yeah.
we just said Kansas City secondary doesn't even look that good. So
Well, I mean, the Texans might be better than we
yeah.
thought they were, right? But nonetheless, I mean, really, my big takeaway here is how is Justin Fields going to perform, and can he step up to the plate, man?
Mhm.
Because this Browns defense isn't great, but they're all right. I mean, they're good up front, right? And I'm really interested to see how this Bears offense rolls out. And I mean, the Red Rifle's not out there. I mean, it's Justin Fields' time to shine, right? It's what the fans want. So what the not just the Chicago fans want, but the NFL fantasy fans want, right?
Oh,
So
fantasy fans definitely want that
I'm
shit.
just hoping that it helps out David Montgomery, right? I hope that he has to lean on Montgomery and that he's currently the RB12, right?
And Allen Robinson, maybe just a little bit. Just throw him a
Yeah,
couple passes. I don't know.
I think
Can somebody throw him a ball? Can somebody throw
Montgomery's
him a
gonna
ball?
look or benefit more than
Hey,
Robinson is.
you're
We'll see
forgetting
though.
one guy in this game though that you haven't mentioned yet. Odell Beckham. He
He's
might
back.
play. He
Yeah, he
might
might be
play.
back.
He might
They
play.
need him,
Yeah.
man. They need him.
Yeah.
Jarvis is out, man. They need him. So yeah, it's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up.
Gosh,
So
I can't believe he has not played this long.
I can. So, anyways, I'll give you Ravens at Lions, man. What's the takeaway?
Yeah, Jared Goff's gonna win MVP this season. It's gonna
He
be a
might, bro.
no, but honestly, dude, I this is a game where I think Tyson Williams is gonna be just absolutely dominant. He is actually one of my must-start running backs, in
Yep.
my opinion. I think he's just gonna be running
Yeah, he
all
was on my
day
list.
against. Yeah, I think he's gonna run all day against this Detroit Lions defense. We've seen every running back that's played against the Detroit Lions so far perform very well.
Yeah.
And why put Lamar at risk when you can just start handing it off third, fourth quarter and just kind of drain the clock out, right? So we'll see
I,
what's up.
I need a big game from Lamar, and I think he's going to perform. But hey, man, I'm going to jump in on you. My takeaway is how does Dan Campbell's biting at the knees team compete this week? Because they've been competing, bro.
I think, dude, this is probably an easier matchup than Green Bay and
Yeah.
San Francisco. You could argue that. So, I mean, it's tough because I think right now the spread on this game is like 7.5 points or something like that. And
Mm,
dude, honestly, the Lions have been looking tough every single time. And
yeah.
if I'm taking a chance at going against a team fighting the Lions, it's going to be with the Ravens and Lamar Jackson because I could see him throwing up a duck and the Lions taking advantage there.
I like these Lions. I'm on the Jared Goff train as well. All
Yeah,
right.
but Ravens all day on
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Saints, Saints at Pats, man. This is actually kind of an interesting game to me.
Oh yeah.
Uh, what I'm gonna look at both quarterbacks in this game, right? Uh, can Jameis Winston do something more in the middle, right? Week one, very good stat line, right? I get the game script. I get that it really isn't the most phenomenal stat line, right? But a good week one, nonetheless. Get the dub, right? Week
5
two,
touchdowns.
complete opposite, right? So how does Jameis come into this game against a very good Patriots defense at the moment, a Belichick-led defense, of course, right? Can he at least perform uh, and on a somewhat more consistent level, right? Not on two different levels, right?
Hmm.
So that's what I'm looking at for Jameis and the Saints, because that's going to be ultimately, in my opinion, what shapes the Saints' entire season. And for the Patriots, man, uh, I think Mac Jones has been playing good. I think if you're a Patriots fan, you have something to be excited about. But he certainly isn't playing lights out, right? He's certainly not Justin Herbert of last year, right? Joe Burrow of last year before he got injured, right? Baker Mayfield in his rookie year. And I mean, it's not necessarily expected to be, right? But I want to see Mac Jones against a Saints defense that's a little banged up, right? A little bit vulnerable. Can our guy Mac and Cheese come out and show up or not? Because I'm still on that Big Mac and Cheese train, man, and I'm waiting for it to take off, man.
No, it's tough, right? Because the Patriots just forced Zach Wilson at their 4 picks, and I think Zach Wilson's a better quarterback than Jameis Winston, right? So, I think this is a week that if Sean Payton doesn't lean on Taysom Hill more, I'd be surprised. But this is also a week that could spell trouble for Jameis Winston, right? Because if
Sure.
Jameis comes out and has another bad game, and I don't see how he doesn't have a bad game against Bill Belichick's defense. Um, Dude, Sean Payton might be staring down a 1-2 start, and Jameis is kind of the reason for the 2 losses. So
Jameis is the reason for the season. That's what they
he's
say.
he is. I mean, he is always the reason for the win or the loss. He cannot let his team help him out. And the Saints got to find a way to give it to Alvin Kamara more, man.
Yeah, I 100% completely agree with that
I'm
last
taking the
statement.
Patriots in that game though for sure. I think the Pats get it done. I think Mac Jones is a better game manager than James Winston any day of the week.
That's a tough game call, man. I ain't
It
ready to make
is.
no. We didn't. I didn't know we were making game
Oh, we're making them.
selections.
We're making them.
Okay, we're making a few apparently. All right,
Yeah.
you got Cardinals at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. I like Chase Edmonds to and James Conner to really kind of take over in this game. But at what point did the Jacksonville Jaguars, Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence just at least perform decent, right? It's got to
Sure,
happen.
sure.
And let's just also take a beat and understand that like the Arizona Cardinals, they've been dominant, right? They beat the shit out of Tennessee week 1. They barely beat Minnesota week 2, right? Obviously their offense
Yeah.
looked amazing, but tale of two different stories in both weeks. Is this Arizona team much different than last year? I mean, they don't like prove to me that they know how to win games. Cliff still seems like a shitty coach, just with a very talented team.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm on the Cliff train. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
But I will say, fantasy wise, start all of your
Anyone,
Cardinals.
anyone,
Yeah.
anyone.
The Jags seem to
Yeah.
be that team that's just going to get beat up defensively week in and week out. But I'm looking for a good game out of Trevor Lawrence, my guy. I'm on the Trevor train, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so Washington at Bills. I think this is a really good game, man. I think this is going to
Me
be
too.
the Bills' defense is looking really good. They
I
have
heard Josh
surprised me.
Allen's really good. I heard Josh Allen's like
Okay,
amazing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we all know you at this point. You traded for Josh Allen, right? This is a tough matchup, man.
Yeah.
But both these defenses are solid, man. I've been surprised by how Buffalo's performed defensively. I like to see it though. Um, this is a tough one to call. I mean, I guess what I'm looking for is what offense is really going to perform better, and more specifically, really, what running back core is going to perform better, right? Do we see Antonio Gibson take a little bit of a step forward? Antonio Gibson with that of J.D. McKissick, right? And then with the Bills, right, we saw 3 rushing touchdowns last week, 2 out of Zach Moss, and then 1 out of Devin Singletary. Singletary looked good throughout the whole game. Zach
He
Moss
did.
just kind of got called in right at the goal line. He take away those 2 touchdowns. He
Bro,
really only,
physical though, man. He
yeah,
was banging
yeah.
down there in the goal line.
He was someone I considered in the waiver wire, but I just you take away those touchdowns. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Really not a lot of usage there. So I'm looking to the running back core of these two teams, and these defenses I think are going to be looking pretty good. But it's gonna be an interesting game. This is one of the better games of the week, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, man. I think I just like for me, I have to go Bills, even though I mean they're the favorite, but it's like I love Washington and everything. But dude, if you watch that, I mean, we watched that Giants Washington game last week. I mean, Tyler Heineke, I mean, he played well, but at the same
His name
time,
is
like,
it's Taylor Heineke. You keep
well,
calling him Tyler, so
you know
it's
what, man?
disrespectful.
Okay, all right. I apologize, Mr. Taylor Heineke.
There you go.
I did not mean to do that, Mr. ODU himself. But
Yeah.
no, listen, I mean, the thing is this guy, like, he played well. I thought he played better than Ryan Fitzpatrick at times
Sure.
too, but we barely won that game.
It's a good test right here.
And he almost lost that game. A shitty play call by Ron
Yeah.
Rivera, but almost lost the game. And this Bills defense is stronger and the
Sure.
team is a lot stronger too. So
Sure.
definitely going to go with the Bills on that game.
Yeah, Heineke's a good call from this game too. How does he perform against it?
Yeah.
Right now, the best defense in the league through the
Crazy,
first 2
right?
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
So, Jets at Broncos. That's you, man.
Yeah. I'm looking for Zach Wilson to bounce back a little bit, right? We understand that Bill Belichick can cause quite a ruckus against rookie quarterbacks, right? He made Justin Herbert look bad too. I mean, I've mentioned that before. They beat the Chargers with Herbert 45-0. So I don't want to put too much on Zach Wilson for that atrocious performance. And I think to a certain extent, like I kind of blame the coaches for not, taking
Sure.
him out or changing up what they were doing because
Sure.
Zach looked very confused. But at the same time, too, like, bro, you're starting quarterback. You can't be doing that shit. And I think, going up against the Broncos are going to bring him a lot of different schemes that he's going to be fucking in. He's going to be in a hurting again. It's going to be another one. I mean, the Broncos defense are another defense that I mentioned that we should be starting this week, guys, because fuck, dude, it's just tough for this kid, but I hope he stays in there and hangs
It's
in.
another tough week if you're asking me, man. Truly.
Yeah.
I don't see it getting much better here in week 3 for Zach Wilson.
I wanted to though, man, because I like him.
This
I kind of like him.
Broncos team is actually quite good. Like, overall, very good.
Carolina Panthers and the Broncos and maybe the Raiders, which we're going to talk about soon, but like these 3 undefeated teams, man, maybe they're more serious than we're thinking about.
Small sample size, but I don't disagree. So,
yeah,
Dolphins at Raiders. Whoo. Like I said, I'm off the Tua train. Tua has really hurt my feelings, but that's different. I mean, we got the brisket out there. I got some faith in our guy Jacoby Brissett, man. But with that being said, man, this Raiders team, like you just mentioned, they might be for real, man. They are very good up front. Their front 7 defensively is good, right?
Yeah,
and they look pretty complete offensively. I mean, this was a team that we had very, very little faith in the offseason. And
Yeah, we smoked them.
small sample size, man. It's still very early in the season, but I really like where this team is at. Uh, so I'm just looking to see how does a battered up Dolphins team play against a Raiders team with all the momentum in the world right now, right? Because I still like this Dolphins
Mhm.
defense for the most part, right? And they've got some weapons in the secondary, right? Uh, I just don't think the Dolphins are going to be able to keep up at the end
Will
of the
Fuller's
day.
back in the game, man.
That's true. That's a great point. Yeah, I
Will
like.
Fuller,
Yeah,
Waddle,
yeah,
matched up with Jacoby Briskett's
yeah.
arm.
I'm just hoping
That's nice.
that Gasecki does something this week, man. Because man, I vouched for you, Mike Gasecki. I don't know how you're doing me this dirty,
I
bro.
think
But
I think the you know we are kind of we were shitting on the Raiders, right? I
yeah,
get that.
yeah,
Small sample size, they perform well, right?
yeah.
But I think people are jumping on the Raiders over the Dolphins a little too aggressively here.
Hmm,
Jacoby Brissett is not like a piece of shit quarterback by any means.
sure. He
He can
looked
expand.
startled last week.
He got thrown in like
That's what I'm saying.
randomly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, he wasn't set up for success, really. I thought that game was a throwaway type of game. I mean, Dolphins aren't getting blown out by that much. I mean, that was
The
ridiculous.
Raiders secondary has been the weaker part of the defense, right? So yeah, I mean, hey, the brisket, man. We like the brisket here at the Catch. So yeah, it's going to be a fun game to watch, I think, from a football perspective. So uh, Seahawks at Vikings. What you got, Steve?
This is going to be one of my upsets of the week, actually. I think the Vikings take this game,
Mm,
man. They've impressed me this entire season. We were both super high on them coming into the year, too. They just have so much talent, and Kirk Cousins has looked amazing. Uh,
Captain
they
Kirk.
they seem to have like kind of given him more responsibility or more of like a power in this offense and empowered him. And I think that's a lot because the fact that he's got, Justin Jefferson, fucking KJ Oswald, and Adam Thielen.
KJ Osborne,
Oh
Steven.
my gosh,
Lots
yeah.
of disrespect tonight in here, man.
I'm
Hey,
out here mispronouncing names, dude. I feel like an elementary school teacher right
I
now.
like this guy, KJ Osborne,
he's
man.
he's good, man.
He's
He's
on
good.
both my fantasy rosters. I like this guy a lot. So I'm looking for him to ball out against the Seahawks defense, man. But bad loss by the Seahawks last week.
It was a really bad
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah.
And that's what it little spooks me a little bit to go against Russell Wilson, bounce it back from a loss like that. But at the same time, I still fucking am sketch about the Seattle team. I don't know. Something's weird
Yeah.
about it.
I think
I'm
it's a
off
good
of it.
game. I
Yeah.
do. But speaking, I think the last three games we gotta go over here, the best games of the week, man.
Oh yeah, man. These games are good.
Yeah. Bucks at Rams.
Mm.
This is an easy one. I mean,
Yeah, fuck Tom
how?
Brady, dude. He sucks.
Okay. How does this Buccaneers offense match up against arguably the best defense in the league, right? And
Hey, no AB.
no Antonio at the moment. He actually, if I read this correctly, since he is vaccinated, if he gets two negative tests, and this was from yesterday, over two 24-hour periods, he can play.
They
But
need
I
it.
have
They need it.
very little faith. Yeah, and AB would present a huge disadvantage against this defense, right? Because then you got Evans. I mean, it's the whole story of the Bucks, right? Evans, Godwin,
Mhm.
AB, and Gronk all lining up. Well, Jalen Ramsey can only cover one of those guys, right? And the rest of the defenders on this team certainly aren't at that same level, right? I mean, Aaron Donald's always going to be up front, but nonetheless, man, yeah, I think they do need AB. I think it would certainly help them, but I think it's going to be a fun game, man. I think maybe the Rams crack a little bit defensively, and I think regardless, the Rams offensively are going to have to put up points here. But two 2-0 teams who looked very good here, through the first 2 weeks, and these might be two teams who meet each other later on in
Oh
the,
yeah, I certainly hope so. I
yeah,
certainly hope
this is
so.
gonna be a juicy matchup, man. It's gonna be fun.
I would love a lot of these teams to match up again coming to the playoffs. I mean, Rams, Niners, Cowboys, Packers,
Yeah.
Bucks. Those are all my favorite teams in the NFC
Mm,
right here. So,
mm.
but I'm going with the Rams in this game. I think especially if AB's out, Jalen Ramsey's going to probably cross out Chris Godwin, and then Mike Evans. He doesn't seem healthy again for some reason. Like he just seems like not like ever running top speed. And I think Darius
He
Williams
doesn't
is
have to.
he's no slouch though. Darius
Yeah.
Williams, he was going to go on
Sure.
him too.
Well,
And then
yeah, that
Aaron
was
Donald's going to fucking run
yeah.
up the middle, dude. Tom ain't running from that shit. Just check Carson Wentz's ankles, man. It's hard to do.
Yeah, and then even when you look at the next receivers up on the roster, they're not too shabby either. So
Tyler Johnson and Scotty Mills.
yeah,
So
so and they got
yeah,
who's the rookie? They got a rookie as well. So uh,
yeah,
I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I think it's certainly going to be one of the best games of the weekend. So
for sure.
Packers at Niners. What you got?
I just can't go off of Nick Cage, or AKA Aaron Rodgers. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers here, despite the Niners being my team to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. I like the Packers here. I honestly don't know why the Niners are 3.5-point favorites in this game. They really haven't impressed me at all this season. I'm just waiting on fucking Trey Lance to start, because Jimmy Garoppolo's looked pretty lethargic. And dude, that week 1 game, it was real just chopped up. I don't really buy too much in that Packers game week 1. They came back and they looked hungry week 2. And I expect the same performance to happen in week 3. I believe all of those 3 guys are going to ball out. Rodgers, Jones, and Adams.
I'm looking for who do the 49ers use at the running back position? And can George Kittle
finally show up?
Yeah, can he show up this week?
Yeah, can he finally show up?
But outside of that, man, I think it's just a good matchup. I think it's just gonna be a fun game to watch. That's all I got.
Hey, I was gonna say, I mean, Juwan Johnson scored twice against the Packers week 1. Hawkinson was all over the place week 2.
Yeah.
So it's a good matchup. This Packers defense, I mean, they did pretty good fantasy wise last week, but they've looked vulnerable for sure.
And Tanyan got a score last week, so does he get another score here in week 3?
Hope, man. I love me some Tanyan, dog.
Yeah, Robbie T, baby. All right.
Yeah.
Eagles at Cowboys, man. What we got here? Last game, we can both put a take out here, man, because this is a hard game to call at the moment.
Yeah, it is. I definitely I definitely think this is going to be a shootout. I love Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts matching up with each other. These guys are both must starts for me on their teams. How do you not start these guys? Especially when both the defenses are pretty weak on the secondary side too.
Yeah. I think it could certainly be a shootout, but I could also see this ending up, oddly enough, being a defensive game.
Oh my gosh. You can't give me 2 answers. Come on.
Well,
now.
Dude, it's just like when the NFC East play each other, it's just we always sometimes get these really weird outcomes, right? And the Eagles have looked relatively stingy from a defensive perspective, but I just don't know if that they could hold the Cowboys back, right? But I don't know. I'm thinking more of like a 24-21 type score towards the end of this game. But yeah, man, I'm just excited to watch both these teams. I like both these teams. Like you mentioned, I like both these quarterbacks that played, man. Yeah, I think that's really my storyline.
Let me get your thought on this, man. Tony Pollard and Zeke. Who do you think wins the day in this one? I mean, tough run defense. Okay, I like that.
I haven't bought completely into the. We've seen Tony Pollard come out and do this before in the past. Split carries.
Not this good, bro. Not this good.
I get that, but I just don't know how consistently we're gonna see that. So I don't know if I'm 100% sold there yet.
Let me stop you real quick and ask you another question. This is Madden. Both these guys are going this well. You're GM for the Cowboys, right?
Yeah, keep Zeke, bro.
You keep Zeke. You don't trade him.
No,
get value. Get cap.
Listen, in Madden, it's all emotional, bro, and I like Zeke more as a player, so I just keep Zeke. It's a bad, in Madden, I'm just keeping guys I like. I have JJ Nelson on my team every year.
Okay, well, say you were running a fucking business, man. Yeah. Say you were Jerry Jones.
Okay, here. I get it. I have kind of sat here and been like, I can definitely see Jerry Jones sitting up there like,
Yeah, man.
How much cap room can we free, guys? Yeah.
Zeke took the bag, bro, and he's fallen off ever since.
Zeke is a 3-down back year in and year out. If you trade him, you're crazy, man. Pollard looks great. I get it.
I agree with your stance.
Don't trade Zeke. Yeah, they're trying to trade for everyone. It's that time of year. But there you have it, man. Those are our week 3. I don't know what you want to call those, man. Hot takes, predictions, fantasy ideas,
Just
whatever,
shooting the
man.
shit. That's what you can
Yeah,
call it.
just talking week 3, man. So
Yeah.
as always, guys, if you did enjoy this video or find it helpful in any way, go and smash the like button, man. We're on the road to 200 subscribers here at The Catch, man. We're getting closer day by day. It's amazing, man. The love, the support, it's all real. We feel it. We appreciate it, man. But go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you made it this far into the video. If you did, I don't know if I should say sorry for you or if I should congratulate you. But either way, man, go and become part of the Catch fam down below. And let us know in the comment section, of course, what is your biggest week 3 prediction, your biggest hot take, your biggest piece of fantasy advice, or fantasy questions that you guys have. Let us know in the comments down below. Anything to do with week 3, we are here to hear out and or answer. And with that, I will hand it over to you, Steven, to say your final thoughts.
Yeah, man, enjoy the rest of the weekend, man. That fall weather's coming in. It is nice out. This is football weather, guys, and man, I love this weather, dude. And that's it, dude. I'm hyped.
Steven's on the weather train. All right, guys.
I'm on the weather train right now, dude.
All right, there you go. As always, guys, we thank you all so much for watching and or listening. And remember, saw it here on The Catch.